I know it's been a minute, but it's your girl Breathe the Beautician back with another video. So today we're going to be doing a middle part braided ponytail. And so I just start by sectioning off half the head. So if I'm doing a high pony, I'll do the front first, but she's getting a low pony, so we're gonna do the back first. And you know, I always start with my press and comb. I press the roots, and then I come behind it with the flat iron. And ladies, please remember to always check the temperature of your press and comb. You do not want to burn your client's hair out. So I'm just going to straighten the entire back section of her hair. I'm going through each row and I'm parting off a small section. I'm gonna hot comb the roots and then I'm gonna follow behind it with the press and comb. Now that the back is completely straightened, I'm gonna use a little bit of beeswax to clean up the part just so that I have clear sections. So when I do my ponytails, I like to do sections. So I'm gonna form the base with the nape, so that little bit of hair in the back, I'm gonna section that off and I am going to secure it with a small rubber band. This rubber band does not need to be super tight. It just needs to be firm and held in place. Now what I'm going to do is split the rest of that section in half, and I'm going to mold one side down at a time. I'm using the Got To Be Glued spray, and I'm spraying in between that half of the section, and then I'm going to comb it all the way down and come behind that with a blow dryer to mold that half. So before I secure it, I'm just going to apply a little bit of the beeswax to the nape of her hair, and then I'm going to go through the other section and apply the hairspray, and I'm going to comb it all down to form the base in the back. And this is quality over quantity, guys. You want to make sure that you're getting it as flat as possible, as neat as possible. So go through and comb it as many times as necessary. Like, we really want to make sure it's super flat. So the process repeats itself in the front. I'll start on one side, do one side, and then do the other side. So I'm going to start parting off sections of hair and straightening those sections. Once I have this first side straightened, I'm going to clear the part, make sure the part is in the middle. Use a little bit of beeswax to help me comb those baby hairs out of the way. And then I'm going to begin to mold this one side. So just like in the back, I'm going to go through this section of hair and spray it with the hairspray, and then come behind it with the comb and mold it into the back of the ponytail. I find it best to spray the hairspray or spritz or whatever you use, comb it, mold it how you want it, and then that's when you come behind it with the blow dryer, because the blow dryer is going to lock in that hairspray and dry it super quick. So you want to make sure that you have it at least combed and molded to your liking before you turn on the blow dryer. So boom, got that side done, and then it repeats itself for this last side. Also, another quick tip is I love the small pressing comb to get those baby hairs, those edges, whatever you want to call them. Like, it gets super close to the scalp. You don't have to worry about burning the client because the teeth are so close together and the comb is smaller. So if you don't have one, you guys definitely need to invest in one. It's only $10 at the beauty supply, or you guys can try to order them online. So this time I actually recorded it normally so you guys can kind of see how I swoop the edges in the front. I pretty much just use beeswax and then I use spritz, or in this case I'm using the Got To Be, and I kind of mix it so it's like a thicker consistency in the front and it dries a little bit faster. So as I'm swooping it, I don't have to worry about it waving up or getting out of place because I've already sprayed the hairspray. So by the time I actually form the swoop, it's pretty much starting to dry. In here, I just use the back of the comb to scoop off some of the excess product. Sometimes the product gets a little bit cakey, and that's no big deal. All you have to do is use the back of the comb, and you can push it down to release some of that excess product. For those of you who've been watching me, you guys know that I always do the edges last. I do them last because once the hairstyle is done, you can then be creative and create those baby hairs. And then they're the first thing that people see. So you want to make sure you take that extra time to really get them perfect at the end. You don't want to do them at the beginning or during your style and then at the end you're going back over them. So it just makes the most sense to do them absolutely last. Do not forget the blow dryer. That step is so essential. If you spray, spritz, or hairspray on, sometimes the hair will wave up if it's not dried fast enough. So you want to make sure you always follow that hairspray with the blow dryer. So I have no idea what happened to me doing the other side of the baby hairs, but you guys catch my drift. So now I leave the rubber band on the pack of braiding hair because I just use that rubber band and rubber band it right onto her actual ponytail. And then I section off the piece I'm going to use as the wraparound piece. A lot of people wrap that piece first, but I'm actually trying to pull super tight on her ponytail, so I'm going to wrap it last. And as you guys know, the hair is exposed, so you definitely need to try to tuck that hair in between those sections because you really do not want the client's natural hair exposed. You kind of want to try to tuck it inside the pieces of braiding hair. She bought 3 packs of hair total. We wanted it longer and a little bit thicker. So as you guys seen previously, I'm feeding hair into the braid. I broke the other 2 packs into maybe like 6 sections. So I'm adding them as I work my way down the braid. For the wrap piece, I'm going to comb that section of hair out, and then I'm going to begin wrapping. And I'm going to use a little bit of the freeze spray, a little bit of the glue, and a little bit of the beeswax as I wrap it, just to create a barrier, a concoction to really secure the wrap and make sure it does not unravel, because that's like the key part of the ponytail. And then of course we have to blow dry to lock that freeze spray in place, and then we're just gonna pull it apart a little bit just to get it wider. Now this is how it turned out, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to follow me on Instagram, and please comment, like, subscribe, and cut on those notifications.